The first time we met, she propositioned me. She seemed so sure.
I was sure. It was so shy and mysterious. Is there something you'd like to tell me?
Is there something you'd like to know?
I'm your wife. I know everything. Could you help me with something?
You will not tell anyone about this.
Hello there. We're going to call you Lili.
When I first read the script, I was making Les Miserables with Tom, the director, and he just handed me this envelope. And he's like, read this and tell me what you think. And I read it and I couldn't stop. It was unexpected. It was deeply moving. And I thought it was unlike any story I had ever read. So it was a very visceral reaction. And I think I called Tom straight up and was like, count me in. How is, you know, it then took a long time to get the film made. So.
But you didn't think, oh shit.
No, I didn't.
It was all joy.
It was,
no
actually.
fear.
I mean, there's always fear. Oh, don't get me wrong. Whenever I play any part, there's always like the euphoria of getting the part followed by a kind of punch in the stomach of fear. But no, it was great. The overwhelming feeling was privilege.
Could you always see the woman in Eddie, even before he had this wig on and the clothes on?
Yes, I mean, I think one of the reasons I was interested in casting Eddie was I felt that Eddie was drawn to the feminine.
But he was drawn to the feminine?
Yeah, as in, you know, he'd already, even before the Danish Girl, he'd played the women's parts in the theatre before. So there was a production of Twelfth Night by the great Mark Rylance where he'd played Viola, the women's part. So I was interested in giving him the opportunity to explore his feminine side. Because I mean, I think there is a spectrum of gender in all of us between male and female, and
we're not 100% one or the other.
Yeah, I think so, and I know it's quite a radical idea, but I think this binary notion of gender that we're all one or all the other is beginning to be sort of broken down at the moment.
I want to sketch you, Lili. We should go out tonight. Give them something different. Lili, you're exquisite.
You're different from most girls. I feel I'd need to ask your permission before I kissed you.
Exactly what happened last night?
There was a moment when I wasn't me. There was a moment when I was just Lili.
But Lili doesn't exist. We were playing a game.
Something changed.
One of the interesting choices was for him to initially choose a look that wasn't himself. So he chooses to wear a wed rig when he first appears as Lili, but at the end, as the film progresses, he starts to have his own hair and get rid of the wig, and so there's a sort of progress from kind of being sort of hyper-feminized into relaxing and becoming herself rather than being more constructed. And from our research with trans women, they often go through this journey of almost becoming ultra-feminized and then relaxing and just being themselves. But the most of the effort of our journey went into the sort of psychological aspects of Lili rather than the physical. I mean, the physical aspects are a lot easier than really understanding the psychology.
He's lost his way. He needs a friend.
Let me help. I think Lili's thoughts. I dream her dreams. She was always there.
I need my husband. I need to hold my husband. Are you all right?
The fact is, I believe that I'm a woman.
And I believe it too.
He had to be very fearless in becoming Lili. Did you have to be fearless in tackling this story?
I think that the truly brave people are the trans men and women who actually make these journeys rather than us.
To PC an answer. Did you have to be? Do you think? Was it difficult? Did you have taboos that had to be broken to make this film?
I suppose that if there was something challenging for me, it was when I first talked about doing the film. I'm not sure it was warmly embraced by, you know, like it was a hard film to finance. It was considered a film that wouldn't find an audience, and I approached making the film with a knowledge that it might not reach an audience, which, having made 2 films that have reached an audience, would have been, you know, it was a tough way to go into a movie. And what's interesting is that now the climate has changed so fast that people are now saying to me, "Oh, it's obvious you made The Danish Girl," and so, in a funny way, the thing that made it challenging was definitely a sense that maybe because of the prejudice in the culture, that it was a very big risk for me to take. The fact that maybe the risk is slightly less now maybe shows that trans stories have become slightly more acceptable.